Hello my loves! Welcome back to another Draw With Me video. Today I'm going to be drawing an illustration featuring a llama. As you probably know already, llama is my favorite animal in the world, and I've been wanting to film a llama Draw With Me video since a long time, and I finally got myself to put it together. So here we go. I already made a rough sketch of the illustration and I'll draw on top of it. I usually sketch with a 6B pencil and in this mustard color. I just find it easier to work with yellow for the sketches because it's still noticeable but not really overtaking other colors when I draw or paint on top of it. Of course, I could also use some other darker colors and lower the opacity later, which I also sometimes do. I sometimes use this reddish brown color to sketch. But yeah, this is what I'm gonna do for now. So since we're gonna be drawing a llama today, I'm gonna talk a little bit about llamas. I heard that the llamas are considered to be more beautiful when they have more curve in their facial profile. So you know, like how the dogs have this conformation, the beauty criteria, like how they're supposed to look like and so on and so forth. I guess especially in the dog contests. And I heard that the llamas have the same thing, and they are supposedly considered more handsome when the profile isn't so flat. At least that's what I heard when I was working at the llama farm. But anyway, I think they look are so beautiful either way, and there shouldn't be any criteria on what they're supposed to look like because they are so beautiful just how they are. In my last Draw With Me video, I made a color palette and I mentioned there how I'm curious to see if I continue to use the color palette from there, and if I do so, for how long. I honestly thought that I'll get bored with the colors after a couple of pictures, but surprisingly I still base most of my drawings from this color scheme. So in the beginning, I only used the few colors from this color palette, but after a couple of illustrations, I began to adjust the saturations and the brightness to make the pictures more vivid. And then I started to also use a couple of different colors additionally to spice things up. And I feel like the colors I use will continue to expand like this, and I love it. In the beginning, I guess when you're not so used to drawing, I think it is definitely helpful to begin with just a few colors. And now that I practice more and draw almost every day, I feel more comfortable to experiment with more colors and also different brushes and different textures. It's really interesting because it's not really been a long time since I uploaded my first illustration online, and I already see some improvements and how my style have changed, if I should say so. So for example, about 2 months ago, I remember I really enjoyed drawing only with a 6B pencil, and I also colored only using this pencil. I still use this 6B pencil the most because I simply love the pencil-like textures. But I remember one day, I think it was about after drawing 10 illustrations, I was looking at my drawings and I thought how my drawings look so flat and that there's no depth. I mean, I used only a few colors without adding shades and highlights or textures other than the pencil texture it already has, so that's why it looks a little flat. But yeah, I thought I should experiment a little more with different textures. So then I began to try some different styles and different ways of drawing and coloring, and I started to draw how I feel like each day without having to stick to just one brush or just one way of doing an illustration. So I think I will continue to play around with different styles and brushes, because even if I draw in different styles, I think at the end all of my drawings will somehow have some elements that are in common. Here in this illustration also I'm using a new brush which is already included in the Procreate, but I've never used this brush before. It's called Ink Bleed, and I will also add some textures with, I think this time with charcoal brushes, and also add highlights and shades. It's something that I don't really do in my illustrations, but I will start to try and experiment. So yeah, I love sharing my digital illustration journey with you guys and making these videos for you. I want to say thank you very much for supporting me and telling me that my videos have inspired you. Those messages from you are really what motivates me to continue making videos. Of course, I make the videos for you, but also for myself in a way, because in this way I feel like I can see my small progresses and look back to it later. So yeah, thank you for your support and being here. Now I will leave you to the drawing, and I hope you will like it.